Hi everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Rex. Okay, pencils first and then Sharpie. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of this video, look in the description and you will see a link to click on that will take you directly to the Sharpie portion of the video. So for now, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself, and then I will move on to meet you guys at Sharpie Town. So this should be pretty easy. It's the same skin we've done before, or I guess if this is your first time here, it's the original little trooper skin. I can't remember his name, but it's pretty simple. And I don't mean to demean that in any way. I'm just saying that it's the standard army issue outfit. Okay, so I just got to make sure I add just a few things just to make sure it looks right, and the rest is going to be pretty easy. But this is mostly for myself. Well, it's 100% for myself, right? I mean, because I know you can't see this. This is all for me. Or maybe you can't see it. But this is mostly just so I can get the image down and where I want it to be, and to add all the detail. Because I've drawn stuff before, like, see here, I could have done this foot a little further out just to proportion it correctly. And I've fallen off the page. So I kind of, well, you should always sketch out first, but I kind of need to plan my design here, or my sketch, so I don't fall off the page. Okay, so there's the two belts with his whole two belt system. All right, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, and let's see. I just got to make sure I leave room for the spikes, right? And try not to fall off the page. Alright, so let's see. And how about we do the face like this? And I'll probably have to double check this real fast. I should. Let me double check the face real quick. And I'm looking at shop pictures, you know, like screenshots from the outfit in the shop, because he's not in this pose. That's kind of the fun thing about doing it here, doing it the way we do it, is that it doesn't exist in this pose, but we are making it exist by drawing it like this. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is I don't have this as a reference to draw. I just have to take the character that exists and look at his features and then redraw it. So let's see. Let me go back real fast. There we go. And so anyway, so that's the fun of being able to draw it yourself, is you get to determine how it looks, how it's posed, how much you can see. And the fun part about that is you're the creator. You are the one who decides how this looks. And the downside is you're the creator. So if it doesn't look good, it's because of your decisions. And I don't mean to say that in like a negative way, but I'm just saying that, you know, there's only your skills to help you through. So the more you practice, the better your skills, and you know, there's the more you can play around with it. So okay, I think I'm happy with that body. So now I need to give him some arms, and how about we just give him the old check me out arms, like that. Right? Let's see. In this hand, what do we do? Let's do it down, kind of a like that kind of hand gesture. Okay, so that means it's going to be pointed down. So I'm going to be doing that. Kind of like this. So I got to figure out how to draw this and make it look accurate. You know, like the fingers kind of bent in a little bit. Doesn't quite look like I'm there, but no, way off, way off. But that's okay. That's why we sketch. That's why we try to figure this out. So what I think I'll do, here's the thumb, the hand down like this. It's all bent up right there because he's got it basically out like that. So that means I can do this finger like this, do these fingers like this, and then the pinky like that. And let's see, let's kind of step back a second and see what looks good and what doesn't. That's not too bad. Could be better, but I like where I'm taking it, so I'm gonna go with it. Now let's see. I'm also gonna bend that in a little bit, something like that. Yeah, that's good. Artistic license, you know? There we go. And so this one, let's just have down kind of like this. We'll kind of almost do the opposite. Do the thumb up like that. This finger out like that. These two kind of together. And we'll put the pinky out like that. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Again, a little out, a little out there. But let's bring it in just a little bit, just a little bit. It's almost a little too exaggerated, you know? And basically I'm just throwing lines together just to see what makes me happy. That's all sketching is, you know? That's not too bad. I can live with that. Let's do that, okay? So, I think it's time to switch over to Sharpies. So, here we go. This is the Sharpie portion of the video. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen. The fine point's going to take care of the big stuff. The pen's going to take care of the finer points, which you would think that the fine point is what it's for, but that's not the case with Sharpie. Oh no. So I can control the thickness of line widths much better with this. So that's why I just want to, let me make sure that's not going to fall off. Nope. We're good there. We're good there. Okay. All right. So I'm going to use the fine point. I'm sorry. I'm going to use a Sharpie pen to get the finer points of the drawing. And so I'm going to start off with the teeth. And I'm going to do his top lip just to give me a start-stop point, like that. And then do the teeth. So what I meant by that is that gives me a place to start and stop. Pretty self-explanatory with start and stop points, right? So I'm going to thicken this edge up just a little bit uniformly. And now I can play around with the rest. I'm not going to do the entire thing in this, but this, like I said, I can control the finer points with this much better. Okay, and so I'm basically going to give myself the rough outline of the jaw, and that'll again will give me start-stop points to guide me as to where everything's going to be. Now these teeth are pointed at you, so they're not so much pointed as they are round until they are pointed down like that. See, this way they're pointed kind of like a pen. See how it's straight at you like that? There's the teeth, there's the bottom jaw pointed more straight at you. So we can kind of get away with drawing little nubby nubs. Now I'm going to thicken out the outline a little bit. And if you're using a pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just kind of doing it to help me with my inking techniques. and to help guide me with where I'm going. So I can't draw much of the eyes, so I'm just gonna kind of draw the bridge of the nose just a little bit of the nostril, a little bit of that nostril, the outer edge right there, and I'm gonna draw him a mouth, like that, all frowny face, a little bit of a lip, kind of like that. Not much. We're not going to connect it because it's just a jawline, or sorry, a lip line. Why do I keep calling it a jaw? So I can't really do too much, especially also with these Sharpies, that it kind of limits me as to what I can do with the edges here. So okay, so anyway, I'm going to stop and walk away from that. I can't really see the eyes, so I'm not going to worry about that. Draw a few more little teeth right there. And so now I'm going to draw just a little bit of the nostrils and the eyeballs. And again, it's only because I can control it much better with this tiny Sharpie as opposed to this big fat Sharpie that I'm about to switch over to, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So I'm also going to thicken that up just a little bit, and now I'm going to switch over. So now we're going to move on to the big Sharpie. And this is a pretty thick line, so I'm just going to draw the edge of the mouth like that, and then kind of follow through. Let's draw the horn. Make sure I'm doing it right. Yeah. This first one right here like this, up to a point, like that. And let's go ahead and do the other one back behind it like that. And they kind of disappear off back here, which you can't really see, right? Because as it's going into itself and hiding itself, it's all covered up. So now I'm just going to draw the outer edges of his mouth, which is the outer edge of the mask. And see how much thicker that is? There's no way I could have got all that detail with this thing. That's why I was doing it like that. And I'm basically just going to come around here for the jaw, come in and connect it right there. And that's the edges of the head. That's all we got to worry about. So now I can draw his neck and his neckerchief like this. And basically going to draw just a few little lines and folds like that, like this. And I'll go ahead and connect some of these lines that aren't connected, something like that. And let's do his belt. And so I know where the edges of his body are, so that means I can come in here and just float it like that, but I'm just going by my sketch. And I'm going to bring it up here to here to this shoulder, like that, and it's going to go underneath that belt, so I can't draw that line. Sorry, underneath the kerchief, so I can't draw that line until right there. And then I can pick it back up. Okay, so now I'm going to draw, let's draw this his chest. I'm going to come in like this. Give him some edges here. He's got the sleeves and the backpack shoulder straps is what those are. Okay, so I'm going to draw his other edge over here like this. And I can draw his shoulder like that. So there, we've got some edges that we can work with. Again, start-stop points. That's the best way to look at them, that you have places to start and to stop. And he's got that little pocket that's on his vest there. And so now let's work on those arms. So the arms are basically just standard arms because the color is what's going to take care of that little spiny deal there. Look, the paint is what I'm trying to say. Okay, so we're just going to draw a regular arm. So we're going to draw his biceps. We're going to draw his shoulder like that into the other bicep to his elbow. And then the forearm like this to his wrist. And go like this. And I'll go ahead and draw just a few little edges like this, just to give us some texture, you know. All right, so now we're going to draw his hands, and so he's got his little gloves that we can draw like that. I'm going to come in here and draw his thumb to his finger. I'm going to draw this one like this, and the reason I did that little line is just to indicate for myself where his glove edges are, and it also helps with the digits. I know where I can start and stop, you know, like that. So I know whether I'm drawing too far in, you know. And I don't do it all the time, but sometimes it helps when, especially if I'm not happy with the fingers. I'm like, you know what? Let me give myself some safe points, you know. So So see, those came out really long, but that's okay. That's all right, because this is our drawing. We can do what we want, and I still like it. Okay. All right. Now I always do that. Add just a few little like wrinkle lines, you know, just to give it some love. Just give it some fun, you know. All right. So let's do the other arm here. We're pretty much going to do the same thing. So we're going to draw the shoulder to the bicep to the inner part of the crook of the elbow. So let's go ahead and do the other side now. So here's the bottom part to the elbow. Then I'm going to draw the forearm to about right there and stop, because it's got that little glove thing. And again, that'll give us a start-stop point. So I can draw the other side to the elbow, pick it up, and just draw that little edge right there. And here, I'm going to draw just that little edge for like the that little wrist thing that's on them. But it's on the underside because his arm's like this, basically. All right, so here we go with this hand. So I'm going to draw the thumb like this. I'm going to bring it over to the finger. And I kind of have it cocked off to the side. So let's see if I can pull this off. So I'm going to do that finger thing I was talking about there. And that'll bring it to that. And I like that a little bit better. So let's see if we can keep going with the same thing. And do the other fingers there. That one came out a little bit long. That should have been a little smaller than that, because that's the ring finger, right? And here's the other problem, is these things bleed. So I gotta be a little careful there. All right, so now that I've got that to the side, I can add a few little extra lines just to try to wrangle it back into what I was trying to do. All right. Not too bad, not too bad. Could have been better, but you know what? I'm happy with what I did, and I'm happy where we are. There you go. A few little secret hiding lines, and it hid all the messy mistakes. Okay, and so here I'm just adding extra, just to give it some fun, just to give it some, what do you call it? Pizzazz. How's that? There's a word of the day, pizzazz. All right, so let's draw his belt here. So I'm going to come in and do one of these, like that. And he's got the two belt system. The older characters, or the older design, had two belts. And let's see, like that. And ooh, you know what I didn't draw? The loops. What's holding it up, right? Okay. All right. That's holding those pants up. Okay, so he's got a little pack on this side. And I'll just do like that. And I'm not going to draw that edge yet, because I'm going to base that on his leg edge. And he's got another pack over here that I'll go ahead and draw since I'm doing that. Okay, that's a little corner. You should have rounded that more than I did. So round that off. Don't make a hard edge corner like that. That looks silly. All right, so now we're just going to draw his legs, basically. And so now it's just cloth. So I'm going to come here and do this. I'm going to tuck it in just a little bit for where that strap is. One more, and then come down here and kind of do something like that, because I'm going to have like his pants all jiggity jaggedy, because they're bent. You know, it's material. So I'm going to draw his inner leg. First I'm going to draw that one like this. Then I'm going to do the other side over here like that. And I know where I'm stopping because of my sketch, so I know it seems weird that I just stopped there, but trust me, I know what I'm doing. Alright, so I'm going to do the other side of his leg like this. Alright, so what I can do is with this Sharpie, I'm going to connect these lines just to give it a little bit of a different technique. And that's where his belt is pulled in a little bit. For the straps, there's like belts on his leg, you know, strapping on his pants. I don't know. Anyway, oh, but you know what? It looks like I messed up. Yeah, that line should have been right there. That one should have been there. But oh well. You know what? I'm having fun with it anyway, so I don't mind if I mess it up so much. All right, so I'm going to draw the straps on his leg protector thing. And I'm going to just do them first because I know where they're supposed to be because of my sketch. That's the great thing about sketching first, is I know what this is, you know? So that leads me to be able to put it on the front like this and go underneath these straps. So it looks like it's strapped onto his leg. So I can do that, do this, and then down to the boot like that. All right, and so since I'm here, I'm going to go ahead and add, again, some creases and folds, just because it's material, it's cloth, you know. And I'll add the edge to this. I normally don't do this, but I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't test me. Okay, so let's finish up his pants here. And so by doing that, I got to do his boot. He's got that infamous leg protector or shin protector down to the front of the boot. And we're just going to bring it back around over here to the edge, and I'm going to draw just some little stair step treads to his boot. And so now I just got to do the same thing over here. So we can see the front of his the front of his leg protector there. So I'm going to draw the strap like that, bring it in, come down like this, like that. And so now there's not much I have to do because it's all covered up by his boots, or the leg shin protector. I can never think of that word, shin protector, because I'm sure it's called something else, but that's what I'm calling it. Okay, so now I'm just going to add the edge of his boot. He's got that lace protector like this. I'm sure, again, same thing, that's not a lace protector, but because it's over his laces, I just call it that. So, all right, there's where his toe's going to be, the inside of his foot, and like that. So again, we're just going to draw some big tread for his shoe. There's the back of it like that. And last thing I'm going to do is add just a few little edges. Same thing, some creases and folds. Edge of his pants, because just like that, because it's folded, you know, he's got edges that where he bends down. So okay, so I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Rex. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.